Shalom, shalom, shalom. As you can see, we're have our copyright disclaimer, so you know that's going to indicate we're going to play a quick video. This is a video I caught on TikTok or YouTube, actually, Salakia, from one of the brothers of Great Millstone. When I bring the video, you'll be able to see who exactly what brother actually brought forth this video, and I found it to be very intriguing. So I just put a couple of scripts together, and hey, so most of what we're looking at is in Isaiah, and if we have some more, we'll bring it out as well. I think, yeah. So this is Isaiah 24 and verse 4, and it reads, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish." And we're seeing this more and more as the days go forward, and as time begins to accelerate for all of us. I want to get this real quick. This is languish, and it reads past tense languished, past participle languished, of a person or other living thing, loose or lack vitality, grow weak or feeble. Plants may appear to be languishing simply because they are dormant. It says similar, weaken, grow weak, deteriorate, decline, suffer from being forced to remain in an unpleasant place or situation. And we know that, the children of Israel, we have been languishing in an unpleasant place or situation. And the Most High is now turning back our punishment and bringing his elect back close to him. So without further ado, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha Chodash. Double honors to my apostles and the elders, bishops, leadership of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the house of David, to the men on the highways and the byways, bringing forth the 100% doctrine, word, according to as it is written, and to the house of David, to the 144,000, and to the men, women, and children scattered throughout the four corners of the earth of the hopeful elect. To you I say shalom. So, when the scriptures tells you, well, let's read it. This is still in Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 7, and it reads, we'll start at 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth. And man, what are we seeing? What's he doing? He's down here in another man's land once again. He's plotting on other landmarks. Everywhere you go, this man is uprooting that which has been planted. You know what I mean? He's tearing down the rainforest. They've had many stories on that on how he's destroying the rainforest, how he's uh, uh, just just hey, tearing up the earth, and the scriptures is clear on the judgment of the one who destroys this earth. And let's get that real quick. This is Revelations. Because this man is in destruction mode. It says in that verse Revelation 7, and we'll start at 2, and it reads, "And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea." And Salakia, this is not what I wanted, but it's saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads." And hey, that's the other mark, because we know that the whole world is getting ready to be put in a position to receive the mark of the beast, which is which is the microchip, and they're getting ready to bring it out in full swing, you know. And so I care for that. Maybe I was in there. Salakia, give me a moment. I'll look this up. See if we can use Google. There we go. It was close, but not right there. So actually, what I wanted was Revelations 11 and 8. The Salakia, the water Yahweh Shem outside. And this is okay. Thought it was 11 and 8. Oh, okay. 18. Salakia. All right, here we are. It says, because this man has been in, like I said, this man has been in destruction mode, and it says, Revelations 11 and 18, "And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged." And this is judgment is going to be held under the sun. And we know that judgment is coming. And for the Israelites, for those dead bodies that refuse to wake up, for those that remain in the congregation of the dead, judgment is going to come in the form of thermonuclear missiles, and the lake of fire. It's also going to come in the form of wild beasts, famine. Hey, when they should ask, they for the sword to the sword, those to the famine to the famine. The scriptures is clear. The Most High's, those rebels of Israel, they have a judgment coming as well, a final judgment, then to be born back into the kingdom in their right frame of mind. But you other nations, you self, you Gentiles who have been under the impression that you have a place amongst Israel when it comes to salvation. What you're going to find is that you've been greatly deceived. What you're going to realize is that the Gentiles that the scriptures has been speaking are the same ones that the apostles, the elders, the men on the highways and byways have been telling you, that it was always Israelites in a Gentile state of mind. Israelites that fell away from the understanding of who they were and lived like you natural born Gentiles. That's who it is. It has nothing to do with natural born Gentiles. It's Israelites living in those lands under the mindset that they are Moab and Ammon and Elam. They no longer are aware that their line goes back to Jacob, whose waters are in all nations. The Most High scattered us throughout the four corners of the earth. And it says, continuing, and shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name. I don't know how else you make this work for you, Mr. Purple Man, but Most High and Christ blessed ain't fearing that name. And you don't really even fear, you don't fear Yahweh Shai. Say great and small, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And we know this devil is destroying the earth constantly destroying and laying waste to something. And this is why Isaiah 14, beginning at verse 7, and it reads, when this man, verse 6, and it reads, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. See, this man has been in a position, and he's showing it now. He's showing those horns where, hey, he can be the big bad bully because he's got the power to be the big bad bully. He's no longer wrapping his wickedness in light. He's basically like, hey, can't nobody do nothing to me about it, so I'm gonna just let it be what it be, and this is how he's moving. And the whole earth is in an uproar against the things that he's doing, being that it shows his hypocrisy. It says the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth in singing. So no one's going to try to hinder it or turn back his judgment when it comes. The whole earth is going to watch and watch gleefully. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. And that feller is basically, your lumberjack, the guys that come down and chop down the trees. And we're going to get that real, so that I'm not just.
Strong's H 3772. Karath. Karath.
To cut down, cut off, cut down, cut off a body part, cut out, eliminate, kill, cut a covenant, to cut off a body part, behead, to cut down, to hew, to cut or make a covenant. Wow. To be cut off, to be cut down, to be chewed, to be cut off, fail, which means to drop it. You know, when you drop a tree, you fail it. To be cut off, to be cut down, to cut off, destroy, to permit to perish, cut off. So essentially, hey, no one is going to resist when you're laid down, when you're cut off, when you're chopped down. No feller has come up against us, you know? So the plants, the trees, all living things, the animals will rejoice. And the reason I wanted to bring this forth, because I know people, how the tree's going to rejoice. Well, let's listen to this. And this is GMS Inspiration of the Almighty.
Over the past 2 decades, there's been a revolution in vegetal biology. Science now shows that plants appear to be sentient beings. They perceive light, smell, touch, water, and many more variables than we do. They can learn, remember, and communicate. They exhibit the traits that we associate with personhood. Experimental science has confirmed that plants can see when you're standing next to them and the color of your shirt. They don't have eyes, but they have the same photoreceptor proteins all over their bodies that humans have at the back of the retina. Plants don't have brains, but they translate information into electrical chemical signals in their cells identical to the ones used by our own neurons. A plant may not have a brain, but it acts like a brain, says Narby. The word neuron comes from the Greek for vegetal fiber. Neurons actually look like the cut of the inside of a plant. Research over the past 30 years has illuminated a profound and over the past 2 decades, there's
So, and that was just a quick cut, but, essentially, all living things. And Adam was formed from the dust of the earth, from the ground. And that which the Most High has created, man, everything has His spirit. So as you can see, even the plants are going to rejoice in the time of this man's destruction. So that's just really what I wanted to bring forth. I thought that was very intriguing and just enlightening as to when the scriptures tells you that even the trees will rejoice. So I hope this was edifying. Hey, it's a very powerful thing as we grow closer to the end of an age, to the close of this world. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Raha Chadash, and double honors